of entrepreneurship and small business management, and we are coming along nicely. Your last assignment was asking you to think of a small business that you can start in the next 10 weeks. Most of you got that. There's a few of you that still need to understand that we're going to start this business and it's going to be in the next 10 weeks. So it's going to be small, but you're going to do it for real. So we're going to generate some revenue is going to be the goal. So this is the kind of hard thing that some people don't understand, because when they say start a business, it's like, oh boy, I got to have a lawyer, an accountant. It's like, well, when you start small, you don't really need that. You just need to do the thought process. The reason why you're starting your own small business is because I could give you 100 lectures of how 100 different entrepreneurs, from Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, all the way back to Nikola Tesla. I could give you all those stories, but it doesn't help in the field of motivation because it has to be yours and you want to try it. And so this is a business management class. So we're trying to put you in the driver's seat. That brings us to today's assignment. If you already have a small business, great. So somebody said they want to mow lawns. Great. If you're going to mow lawns, another offshoot of a lawn business would be landscaping. Another offshoot would be gutter cleaning. So these are all kind of businesses that are all kind of under the same umbrella. So for your assignment today, it's going to start on page 17. And you're going to start doing a Pinterest search. Now, Pinterest is no longer like a crocheting and weaving website. There's all sorts of stuff. So even if you put in gutter cleaning business, you're going to see all kinds of stuff. And so with your business, you want to think about what exactly you're doing. So maybe you're doing trucking. So you may be trucking cattle, but you also might be trucking hogs, but then you also might be trucking hay, and you also might be trucking trucks. So when you're going through the process of searching, this is learning. So don't look at these assignments, oh, he wants me to do this, so I should do this. No, no, no. This is an exploration time for you. And yeah, you have to do your assignment for sure, but the point of the assignment is not the assignment. The point of the assignment is for you to think and grow as a business professional, in particular as an entrepreneur. All right. So there's several things going on at the same time. Then you're going to have a naming assignment. All right. So with your naming assignment, the first thing you want to do is write out one sentence that describes your main product or service or idea of your business. So you could say, I'm in the yard business. I mow, I rake, I landscape, I do gutters, I trim for gardens. I mean, there's sort of a genre. So then you say 5 words that describe your main product. Maybe first rate, or uh, superb, or those kind of things. And then you're going to have a naming worksheet where you're going to come up with 15 business ideas. Business name ideas. So if you say, well, I have one business name, think about it more like uh, uh, General Motors. They have a Chevy, they have a GMC, they have a Cadillac, and all three of those have sub names. So when you're thinking about names, you're not only like, I already have a name for my business. Why do I need more? It's like, yeah, you have a name for your main business, but what are the names of other product lines? Think of Nike. How many Nike shoe names are there? Just tons of them. So it's not only the name for your overall name, but it's also kind of thinking through the sub names. And again, you're not doing this to complete the assignment. You're doing this to think about business. And then you're going to actually want a possible business name, and below your top business name, you may want some sub names for other things that you do. That's a way to think about it. So you want it to be useful. And the last thing that you're going to do is, once you have an overall business name, then you're going to want a Gmail with that. So you're going through this exercise, and then you want a top business name and names below it. But let's say you're General Motors, generalmotors.com. Below your General Motors, eventually you'll have your Chevy, GMC, Cadillac, so on and so forth, and all the sub names. But your Gmail account will be that top name, and you're actually going to get a Gmail account. It's going to be free, and it's going to be for your business. And eventually you're going to use that Gmail to your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter. And then we're going to practice social media to have a business launch. And you are going to launch a business, and you're going to try and generate revenue. Not a lot, maybe a couple $100s. We're going to start small, but if it's your business, the sky's the limit. If I tell you what business do, or if we have like case studies, Or if I give you a whole bunch of examples, it's not yours. So you're going to start your business for sure. And some of you have already started businesses and you're kind of thinking really big. Don't think really big. Think about what you're going to do within the next 9 weeks, as it turns out. What can you do in 9 weeks? Eventually, like Apple was starting in a garage, and the first thing they did is they made a few motherboards within the first few weeks. 40 years later, you got a giant Apple business, right? But you're just thinking about what can you do in the next 9 weeks? So that's the scope. So you're starting with a Pinterest search. What could I do in the next 9 weeks, right? And then what business name could I have? Eventually, you can grow bigger if you want. But after 9 weeks, you're like, it was a good exercise and I'm just kind of done. No problem. It's an exercise to be sure, but it's your exercise. And once you learn how to do it, then you can do it a year from now, 10 years from now, or you can teach somebody else how to do it that is in your family or your friend network, that kind of a thing. All right. So there's going to be the Pinterest assignment. The naming assignment has 4 parts, and then the Gmail. All that goes in a Word document. Then you submit it, and then you put it in the discussion forum, and you're doing a great job of looking at everybody else's. But this is how you learn. You learn by watching everybody else, what they're doing, and then you start seeing, oh, I get how this kind of works. And that's what the assignment is for this week. All right. If you have any questions, email me. Otherwise, you guys you're in good shape. You're on the right track. All right. Talk to you next week.